Good morning, students. Today we can start chapter number 14, Statistics. In this chapter, you are going to study first thing, collection of data. Collection of data. In that collection of data, different types of data are there. Two types of data are there that you are going to study. Next step, presentation of data. How to present a given data. Tabular presentation. The table is known as frequency distribution table. Next, third section, graphical representation of data. Graphical representation of data. Graphical representation, in this year you are going to study two representations, bar graph and histogram. But in your textbook, polygon is there and histogram, two types are there, but the two things are a deleted topic, so you don't need to study. So these are the topics you are going to study in this chapter. What is statistics? Statistics means it's a branch of mathematics. In that mathematics branch, which deals with collection of data. After that, how to organize the data. Then analysis the data. After that, interpretation of data. So these are the things in this statistics. So what is data? Data means the facts or figures which are numerical or otherwise collected with a particular purpose, a definite purpose, are called data. This data is a plural form of Latin word datum. There are two types of data. One is primary data. What is primary data? If data is collected by the investigator, that means a particular person, himself or herself, with a particular purpose, a definite purpose. That is data collected by the person itself. Some examples, you can collect data from the class itself. That means height of the students, marks of the students obtained in different exams, or favorite dishes. These are all we are collecting from directly from the persons by ourselves. So that type of data are called primary data. Then next, secondary data. Secondary data means it's data collected from a source which already has the information gathered. These type of data means we are not able to collect from by person, but it's already in records. If we are asked to find data or how many persons who scored A plus in different years in our school, means you should collect the data from the records, from the office records. Similarly, the collection of a particular shop in the previous years, or profit obtained in the sale of a particular vehicle in different years, or population of a particular state in the past 4 years. These means we are not able to collect from directly from the person, but you have to get from the different sources or office records. So that type of data are called secondary data. So these are the two types of data. Next, presentation of data. How can we present a data? Data means we'll collect the data in a particular way and we'll just arrange it as putting commas. That is raw data. Okay. That is, if you want to compare or find out which is common or same, we want to identify anything from the data. It is difficult if you are writing this way. So, first step you can present in the decreasing or increasing order. So first step, we can do this increasing or decreasing order. But that is also not enough. Some more another ways are there, that is this tabular representation of data. The tabular representation itself, two types are there. One is ungrouped frequency distribution table and next is grouped frequency distribution table. Ungrouped frequency distribution table means what are the things given there? If you are collecting this favorite dishes of from the students. So if you want to present in the table means one column you are writing as the favorite dishes, 4 dishes, okay, ice cream, burger, sandwich, like that for cutlet, these 4 dishes you write. After that, how many persons these like these particular dishes, that number of persons in the next column. So there we are not grouping, only ungrouped, particular things we are writing. That is ungrouped frequency distribution table. Next, grouped frequency distribution table. If the data is high or a large amount of data means we are not able to write each and everything and put the numbers in that next column. That is not possible. By that time, we can use this grouped frequency. We just form the different groups. Grouped frequency distribution table, we need to divide our data into different groups. That groups are called classes. Okay, their groups are called classes. So for example, here 20 to 30, this is our class. You know that when you are doing in your class activities and all that, we used to divide the students into different groups. 10 members, 5 members, 2 members or more than 10. Like that, what are the data? So whatever things data we are having, we want to divide by looking the least and the highest value and divide into different groups. That is an easy method if the data is large. So for example, here you can see one class as 20 to 30. You need to know something about this classes, some terms. So in this 20 to 30, 20 and 30 are the limits of this class. Okay, 20 and 30 are the limits of this class. And 20, that is left side number, that is called lower class limit. Lower class limit. And 30, that is a right side number, second number, that is called upper class limit or simply upper limit. And 20, lower limit. So these are the two terms you study. That is, classes means groups. Used to write the classes as particular number to the next number. That is what example 20 to 30. And in that 20, that is left side number or first number, that number is called lower limit or lower class limit. And next number, that is second number, that is upper class limit. That is 30 in this case. Then, what is the size of this group or size of this class? How can we find the size of the class? How many members are there? How can you use to find our size of the group, our school group and all now? So, how many members? Like this here, you can find that. How can you find the size of the class? Upper limit minus in between how much want to find. So, upper limit minus lower limit. Here it is 30 minus 20. That is 10. So, the class size here in this class is 10. So, these are the basic things you have to know when you are doing the division of classes. Okay. The last section of this chapter, which deals with the graphical representation of data. Graphical representation, in that two things want to study. That is a bar graph. One is bar graph. In your earlier classes, you have studied in 5th standard, 4th standard and all, when you are doing this data collection of data or when you are dealing with this data. Representation of data, pictorial representation, that you have studied. What is pictorial representation? Representing the data in the form of pictures. Here we have to present in the form of bars. Bars means, bar soap, bar chocolate, like that, a rectangle shaped bar. So here it is. You see here this example. So many bars here. These are the kiwi fruit bar, banana bar, orange bar, apple bar, like this, blueberry bar. These are the bars representing the things. So this is the bar graph. Main thing you have to know about this bar graph, or keep in your mind when you are doing this, when you are drawing this bar graph, main only two things want to know. One is bar should have uniform width. All bars should have uniform width. This bar should have uniform width. And that bar should be in between that, means gaps, no? That in between white gaps you see here, no? That white gaps, that also uniform. These gaps also should be uniform. So these are the two main things you need to keep in your mind when you are doing this, when you are drawing this bar graph. And one more example, see here in this picture, that is also bar graph. Last section of this chapter, second type of representation of a graph, graphical representation, that is histogram. Histogram means what? Histogram means it is also similar to the bar graph, histogram. Okay, histogram means it is also similar to the bar graph, but there should not be any gap in between the bars. That is the difference between bar graph and histogram. This is the form. Some example here. No, the one example. There is another histogram we see here. This is a way of drawing the histogram. Then some topics are deleted in this chapter. Histogram itself, two type of histograms are there. If that class size varies, means what to do? That type, second type, that is not there for your syllabus because of this corona situation, deleted topic. Then one more thing is there, measures of central tendency. It is also in your text. Okay, that is also not there for your syllabus, so that is also deleted topic. So this much only you want to study in this chapter. Graphical representation, bar graph and histogram, and presentation of the graph, the presentation of the data, that is a tabular representation, and a collection of data, different type of data. Then we can move, now we can start that exercise questions. So now explanation over, now we can start that exercise questions.